What's up, everybody? This is Corn Beaner. Today is February 22nd, 2012, and today is a wonderful day for me and all Sony fans across the world, as today is the official launch date of the Sony PS Vita. That is what is in this little smiley box here from Amazon. The launch date for the PS Vita actually took place last week for those who pre-ordered the first edition, but for everybody else who didn't pre-order the first edition, today is the actual, I guess, mass launch date of the PS Vita. This one here is a $250 Wi-Fi only version of the PS Vita. There is a 3G enabled version, which I believe goes through AT&T, that costs you $350. If not, it's $300, but I do know that it is extra. Opening the box here, there are 3 little stickers, one on the left, one on the right, and one right underneath the box that covers the tab that actually keeps the box closed. Once you remove those, the box opens up. Now, removing the last piece of tape and opening this little tab, as I mentioned here at the on the underside of the box, we'll flip it open. And here you go. The beginning part here is just a bunch of brochures, buy accessories, buy this, buy that. And also comes with AR cards. As you look here, there's also some quick start guides here. Tells you, the basic ins and outs of your system, how to set it up, date-wise, where to put in the memory stick, the memory cards, the 3G stuff, and all this stuff. It comes in 2 languages, English and French. Lifting up this little tab in the back, as you can see, comes with the power supply. This is the actual power supply here. It has room for the AC adapter that plugs into your wall, and also the USB adapter that plugs into the system itself. Now, going a little bit further into the box, here's also a operations manual, kind of warning you, be careful with if you have seizures and stuff like that, just letting you know the basic rundown. And also, if you look at the little grainy bag here, this is where the actual gift is actually held. This is the actual PS Vita itself. Once we get this little bag open and we slide it out, this is the actual Vita. Nice shiny black color. I like the size of it. It has a nice little heft to it. It feels like a quality product. Looking into some of the features that the Vita has, as you can see, it has the regular D-pad and the action buttons, and pretty much the same location as the PSP, a little bit higher, I believe. Also has shoulder buttons. I wish they would have added triggers to make it a full set, but you know what, we'll take it what it is. The PS home button, select and start in the lower sections of the screen. And the one thing that they did change, which I do appreciate, is they added dual analog sticks instead of dual analog nubs. Now, the difference is analog sticks actually have full motion up down, while the nubs move up down parallel to the device themselves. It's a little touch like that that actually adds the little, I guess, hint of more immersion. Also, the front screen is a touch screen. The back portion of it is a touch pad, and right above the touch pad we have a camera. There's also a camera in the front, if you'll notice, right between the square and triangle buttons, which I don't point to, but if you look closely you can see it. You can actually use the touch screen and the touchpad together to kind of give you like a slingshot motion for games that actually have that enabled, which is a cool little function. And I'll see if I can get a game to actually test those methods, and I'll give you a full rundown on that. Looking at this little slot here in the bottom, this is where the actual memory card will go for the PS Vita, and it comes from 4 gigs to 32 gigs, and the prices do vary, but that's where it actually go. There's also a little slot on top that reads PS Vita. That is where you will insert the games. Unlike games from the PSP and even the PS3, they don't use optical media. And what I'm referring to is they don't use a CD type media. What they're using is actual like flash media cards that you will find adhered to like a Nintendo DS or a Nintendo 3DS. Another part in the bottom here is where the actual plug for the charging actually goes, so you would just plug it in there. And looking at all the contents that comes in the box, they came to pretty simplistic. All it really is your power cables, your AR cards, a bunch of brochures from Sony, and the actual system itself. I'm a little disappointed because there's no video out from the system out of the box. Fast forwarding a little bit, I will show you a little slot that's right on top, and I believe that can be used for video out. I am not sure if the PSP connection for video out can be used, but it's kind of disappointing that it doesn't come included in the boxes. That would have been a really cool feature for Sony to include right out of the box. And I'll investigate a little bit more, and I'll give you guys the full rundown in my review. As I mentioned earlier in the review, if you pre-order the first edition, it came with the starter kit. They included little DVNs, a 4GB stick, and I believe a first edition carrying case. I want to save that extra $100 and actually, invest that into something else. So what I ended up doing was getting Uncharted Golden Abyss. This game is developed by Ben Studios and not Naughty Dog, and it's kind of a spin-off on the series, but you know what? I'm a big Uncharted fan, so I actually had to get it. I also ended up picking up a PS Vita 8GB card. I feel that 8GB is kind of a sweet spot, as it lets you save a lot of the games you might play, but also lets you download a few more. If at that point you feel like you need to expand on the experience, you can also expand on your memory needs. So 8GB I feel is that sweet spot, and that's what I ended up getting. Fine folks at Amazon actually did me one better. And if you order between now and February 25th, they will include a 4GB memory card for free. Just add both to the cart, check out, and they will actually give you credit for the 4GB card. I also winded up getting a front screen protector from a company called Skinumi. For about $10, I feel this is a good overall investment protection policy, as the front screen is now touchscreen. It is going to see a lot more wear than my PSP screen, so I feel for $10 this is a good investment for anybody to try to pick up, and just to protect that overall investment that is your PS Vita. And to keep up with the protection, I also bought a silicone case from the fine folks at Pandocillin. It feels a little flimsy, but I believe it will give me that little bit of protection just in case I accidentally drop it, or if I'm charging it, to kind of prevent the wall scrapes that a hard plastic surface has with walls. But you know what? For a little bit extra money, I think it's actually worth the investment. That's pretty much it for this unboxing. Everything that comes in it is really simplistic. I'm a little disappointed in Sony for going so simplistic in this approach, but I'm guessing this is a very expensive system and they need to try to cut corners where they can. And you know what, I can't blame them for that, but at the same time, as a consumer, I just want that a little bit more. I had the full review for this in about a week's time, and I hope this has been somewhat helpful as far as what comes with the system. This is really just my starter kit here. Once again, it's a PS Vita Wi-Fi. I bought the 8GB memory stick. Amazon gave me the 4GB. I bought a screen protector from Skinumi. I bought a silicone case, Uncharted Golden Abyss, and that's pretty much all I ended up getting. So I hope this has been helpful, and this has been Cornbeaner, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.